Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to another January book haul. Since my last January book haul, I've accumulated quite a lot of books which I wasn't intending on doing. However, before you start pointing the finger at me and telling me off, I only purchased a very small amount of these books, so I think I deserve a pat on the back for that. I do have some restraint. So there's quite a lot of books to show you, so I won't go into a lot of detail what they are about, but I will leave the titles and the authors in the description box below so you can check them all out on Goodreads. So let's get started. First of all, I will begin with the books that I purchased, and this one I actually bought in December but it didn't arrive till January, so I haven't had the chance to show you, but I'm really excited about this. This is the sequel to What's Left of Me. It's called Once You Were and it's by Zhang, and I read What's Left of Me last year. I absolutely loved it. It's a fantastic story about two souls in one body and it's just so awesome. I really honestly recommend for you to read that book. But I really want to read this sequel. I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I finally took the plunge and I bought it and now got it. I'm excited for it. I'm so excited. So I'm probably going to read this pretty damn soon. I'm really honestly looking forward to it. Then I got Sapphire Blue by Kerstin Gier. This is the sequel to Ruby Red, which I also read last year and I loved it. You all know that I loved it. So I just want to dive into this one to see what is going to happen next in this book. And look at the cover, it's gorgeous, not just because it's blue, but it's just so pretty. And I got Shadows by Paula, Weston, and I got recommended this book by my good friend Casey, and she just said it's so amazing and she literally sold the story to me. I recently got the sequel and I managed to find this on Amazon for cheap for a really good condition, so very lucky that I found that. And I can't wait to get into this story because I'm just so excited about it. Then some charity shop buys. I managed to find I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. I've already read this book. I read it as a library book though, and I just fell in love with the story. It's just so good. It's beautiful. Like, oh my god, what a fantastic romance story. It's just like, oh, it was so good. But now I've got my own copy. I'm just really excited because I know that I will read this book again because it was just so epic. Then I got Walking Back to Happiness, and this is by Lucy Dillon. This is another really pretty cover, and this is about a girl called Juliet, and something sort of happens in her life. So she starts walking dogs for people, and then she finds that it becomes almost like a hobby / job, and then she walks this dog for this guy, and then she sort of has to balance out her life and decide what she needs maybe to fall in love. So it sounds like a really awesome chick lit novel, and I can't wait to get into this. Then I got to the Ice Cream Girls, and this is by Dorothy Koomson, I'm not sure, but I have seen this around. I saw this around last year and I kept on like eyeing it up, but I just didn't quite get it. But this is about Poppy and Serena, and they're teenagers. They witness a tragic event that sort of has a big impact on their life, and then like a few years later they're just sort of like trying to deal with that and to set the record straight to what really happened. So it sounds really interesting. So those are all the books that I purchased. I told you I didn't purchase a lot, right? You just didn't believe me. On Saturday the 25th of January, I went to London to a Random House blogger event where I met some bloggers that I do know. They're all lovely people, and whilst at the event they all gave us bags with proof copies in, and these are what they gave us. So I got Bird, and this is by Crystal Chan. Beautiful cover, I think that's so gorgeous, and this is meant to be compared to Wonder by RJ Palacio, and it's meant to be so beautifully written and have a real big impact on you that you literally can't put it down because you're just so attached to it. So I'm really looking forward to this. Then I got The Running Girl by Simon Mason. This is meant to be compared to like a Sherlock Holmes sort of novel with all that mystery and the crime in it, and they actually literally sold this to me, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. And I got The Name on Your Wrist, and this is by Helen Hiorns. I'm not entirely sure, but this is about the name of your soulmate is marked on your wrist, and it shapes your whole life, it sets out your future, and people spend decades searching for the one that they're supposed to be with. But what if you can never find your soulmate, and what if you fall for someone else that is not the name on your wrist? So it sounds really interesting actually, and the sort of novel that I would be really into reading. And the final book that I got is probably the most that I'm excited about reading, and that is Echo Boy, and this is by Matt Haig, and he was the author that was actually there at the event, and he read part of his book out, and I was just so intrigued by it that I just wanted to read it there and then. It also has really short chapters, and it just sounds so good, and he very kindly even described the book to me and signed it as well. So thank you so much, Matt Haig. It was lovely to meet you. I'll also leave a picture over here of me and him, because he very kindly agreed to have a picture of me, and I'm so excited about this book. Like, you have no idea, it just sounds so fascinating, and it's literally about humans and androids, and I just love stories about androids and this Echo boy, like, because Echoes are meant to be the names of androids, and he is somehow feeling emotions and they shouldn't really be feeling emotions, so it just sounds really good, and I just can't wait to get into this, so I probably will read this soon. And last but not least, in the bag they had some swag of like postcards of books, which is always nice to keep. Whilst I was there at the Random House event, I met up with Faye, who gave me some of her copies of books that she was trying to get rid of. I was just like, give them to me, Faye, because honestly, I ain't going to turn down books. So these are books she gave me. She gave me The Traitors by Tom Becker. This is like a proof copy of this, very floppy. And what it says on the back is, betrayed your friend, beware, they're coming to get you. So it just sounds really good. Next one, I got The Messengers, and this is by Edward Hogan. This actually sounds really interesting. This is about Frances is sent to her aunt's house. Soon she meets Peter, who spends most of his time in a beach hut, and Peter is a messenger who believes that Frances is a messenger too. So it just sounds really interesting. I can't wait to read it. I got Blood Donors, and this is by Steve Tasane. I don't know too much about this one, but it just sounded really interesting when I read about it on Goodreads. It just says here, people keep dying in the finger, the scuzzy old tower block where they put us, antisociable families. Authorities say it dirty smack going around, but their bodies ain't all users, and they look like they die screaming. It's meant to be scary, supposedly. It says on the back it's 10 on the scarometer, so I'm probably not going to be reading this at night. I got Arcadia Bands by Meyer. This is the sequel to the first book, which I do have. Arcadia Awakens, I believe it is. And I was just like, oh, give me the sequel. I got Dreams by Daniela Sacerdoti. This is the first book in this Sarah Midnight trilogy, and I love the covers, it's quite pretty. But this is about Sarah Midnight. She doesn't have a normal life. In the outside world, she's a teenager, but on the inside she holds a secret. Her parents are demon hunters, and they're part of secret families who were sworn to protect the world. But then they are mysteriously killed, and her world is then shattered, and she knows she must now take up their fight. Cannot wait to read this one. I got Sweet Legacy, which is by Tera and Charles, and this is the third book, I believe, in this series. I need to get the first book because I do have the second, but I love the cover to this book. It's really pretty, just all that lilac and the violet, it's just beautiful. But this is all about like mythology and stuff and like Greek stuff, so I'm really into that sort of stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. And I got The Wolfstone Curse, and this by Justin Richards. What a fascinating cover. But this is about Wolfstone, where dark secrets lurk in the shadows and beasts stalk the land. Can teenagers Peter and Kerstin uncover the real truth behind the legend of the werewolf? And if they do, will they survive the Wolfstone Curse? That sounds interesting. Skin Deep by Jarratt. I've already read this, and I found it so beautiful, and it was just awesome, so I was just like, give me the copy because I'm probably going to read it again. It's one of those really inspirational reads, and that makes you like feel really like you just love everything about yourself. And the last book that she gave me was Turf, and this is by John Lucas. Woo! And this is all about like gangs and stuff, as you can pretty much tell by the cover. It's all like gangy. It's not really a word, but whatever, I'm going to use it. But it sounds very interesting, and I can't wait to read it. So again, a very big and massive thank you to Faye for giving me those books. And last but not least, onto the proof copies that I have received from publishers. And I got Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's. As you can see, I am currently reading it, and it's so good already. I just absolutely love it. It's just awesome. Can't wait to finish this, so thank you so much Quiet for sending me that. From Electric Monkey, I got Grasshopper Jungle, and this is by Andrew Smith. Now I'm really intrigued about this book because I know that John Green absolutely loves it, and it sounds interesting and a really different sort of storyline, and it is about Austin and his best friend have accidentally unleashed an army of 6 foot tall praying mantises, and they only want to do 2 things, and it says this is the truth, this is history, it's the end of the world, nobody knows anything about it. So it doesn't give like a lot of what the story is about, but it's meant to be like really witty and sort of hilarious, and I'm looking forward to it. And they also sent me like loads of little postcard things that was like a puzzle which built out the grasshopper. So I got it out, took a picture and I tweeted it to them. So thank you so much Electric Monkey, I really look forward to reading that. And then Electric Monkey also gave me this little booklet about like the new releases that they have coming out from them, and they also include little snippets from the stories as well, so thank you. I look forward to seeing about all these books. From Bloomsbury I got Broken by Mary and Kelly. This is the sequel to Hidden, which I read last year. I really did enjoy it because I love stories about angels. If you don't know me already, I just love stories about angels, and I'm excited to see what is going to happen next with this book, so thank you so much Bloomsbury. They also sent me Fracture and Vengeance, and this is by Megan Miranda. I really like these covers. They brought out a new cover with this one and I love it because they both match, and these both just sound so interesting. So I look forward to reading these. And then I got A Breath of Frost by Alexandra Harvey, and this just has such a beautiful cover. This book just sounds so interesting, all about spells and Lovegrove Legacy, and I'm looking forward to it. From Indigo I got If You Find Me by Emily Murdoch, and I've been wanting to read this for a while. To find that they actually sent it to me, I was just like, oh my god, thank you so much, because I'm just so excited about it. And this cover is just, it's just really attracting me because it's just yellow and black and it's like bees. It's like bees, it's stinging me. I got Sleeping Angel by Mia James, which is in the Ravenwood series, and I do have books 1 and 2, but I haven't got around to reading them yet. I've had them quite a long time, but to find that there was a new book that was being released in that series, I gotta read them now. So I'm really excited about this because it does sound really good. Last but not least, the book that I have to show you, I've already read and reviewed it, and it's awesome, and that is the graphic novel To Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. What an epic graphic novel. I've been wanting to reread Miss Peregrine so I could read the sequel Hollow City, and this just did it justice. Like every single element of the first book was in this, and I just loved it so much. The fact that it's there for you to see in pictures, and it's just such a quick read, and I found it so perfect. So guys, those are all the physical books that I have to show you for January. I hope you have enjoyed this haul. Let me know down in the comments if there's any books that you've read, any thoughts on those books, or if there's any books that you've seen that you really want me to read, then let me know as well. Also, if there's any books that you're excited for, and we can talk about it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and if you're also having a fantastic day. Just remember to keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!